How you doing? ¿Qué pasa? So I'm going to answer a few questions. It's sort of a long day for me. I take all the clients from Angel Heart and reading them all day here today. So, but I wanted to give you guys some heads up. Okay, so we have a person that bought a $1,600 private room ticket for Sedona, and she doesn't want a refund. She can't make the May one. She has decided to donate her ticket to somebody, out there that would really like to go. Now, the ticket is a $1,600 value, but it doesn't include flight or the shuttle to get to the Mago Resort. But it includes, your meals, your boarding, and all the stuff we have with all the teachers. So to get on board with that, tonight at 5 Pacific time, Tana is having a live Friday, and she'll tell you how to get on board. She'll pick a winner within the third day. Her site, which I'll also post on this, is Psychic Tana Newberry. Psychic Tana Newberry. And get on there at 5 o'clock if you want to get a chance to throw your name in the hat. I can't do it. I have so many people that I just do the free readings for. So we got that. Tana's going to handle it, and very generous. Her name's Connie. I did not get back. I haven't heard if she would allow us to say her last name, but that's cool. It's Connie. Thank you, Connie. And so there's somebody else that decided that not to take the whole refund, so we're working on that. And then Saturday, we start selling the tickets for my last events for May of 2021, and those tickets will go up. So we're working out fine, you guys. Everything seems to be going okay. If those who needed a refund, it feels like we're getting things going, and so we will get on board that. We should have everything, knowing our direction by next month. But it was Armageddon, all of a sudden. It can't be helped. Can't be helped. But I have learned a lesson. I'm not going to prepay for everybody like I did. Maybe for the teachers, because I can always recover that. But not for, I'll just go with the program of what they require. Instead, I was like, get this money out of my way. Take all this money. So, but Mago Resort is so cool, and they're going to work with us, because our numbers have gone down. So it'll be more a little intimate. But there are tickets available for July if you want to go. Okay? Now, Sonoma County is going to start testing for the virus. I am really thinking the testing is something it's supposed to happen. It's testing. I think we'll get a good picture of what's going on. And again, remember my guides were saying it's not quite Armageddon, this whole event. It's a pandemic, death is horrible. And the 5-month-old baby crossed, a firefighter in New York, his daughter, 5 months old. Because people are saying you got to have pre-existing condition. Perfectly healthy people are really, it's the same with all kinds of diseases. But I can't help but wonder about this testing. And again, if you happen to go to my Twitter at Hope Springs 10, there's a bunch of new science coming out. So it looks pretty good. So let's see about testing, okay? I just think testing is really going to help. Doesn't take a scientist to realize that. Tell me about testing. Oh, did you see the governor of New York today? You heard what he said to McConnell. Hello, I'm sure California too. New York, we give more money than we get back. And McConnell's, his state of Kentucky, is one of the beneficiaries, because they put in very little considering what they take back, and have the worst schools and worse this. It's very sad. All this stuff that's changing is going to really help a lot of people. Don't ask me why I'm telling you that. I'm just going to tell you. And I read a client who told me, which is interesting, let me know if you guys remember. She said that I had said, I saw like something attacking a ship. But I was looking to see what country it was, and I couldn't figure out, but I saw a ship, and she says that I said, I see a lot of people wearing masks. So that's interesting. She said she tried to look for it. She couldn't find it. I'll try. If anybody knows, apparently I said there's some sort of thing going on in a ship, which really is happening with the Navy ships and the cruise ships. I get seasick. I was on a destroyer with husband number one. And listen, they actually had really good food, and they were serving down in the, where the cafeteria was. I couldn't eat. I was so nauseous. So I can't do ships, but this is really going to affect the cruise business. Okay. Testing. What about testing? We're going to get up on board with testing. Testing. That Roosevelt comes through all the time. He's just like talking really fast. Yes, by God, they're going to come through with the testing. Thank goodness. It feels state to state. Something with testing is going to be easier to get a hold of. Like they just announced my county is doing, they hadn't been doing testing. What are we in April? Testing. More deaths, more changes. And this doesn't necessarily mean deaths because there's good cards around it. So people are happy. Money's being thrown at the testing. The karmic star is here. So there will be healing, you guys. I think the states that decided to open up, they will get hit. But they kind of pull it back in. And then I don't know why this is, but they really, I think Trump will open his eyes and realize, because did you hear? His numbers are going down. He thought doing all these little things that he does with calling reporters' names and advising people to take disinfectants or be in the ultra rays from the sun. All this disinformation that has no science proof. Where I'll look on that Deborah, by the way, because she looked like she was going to sink into the floor. And he's talking away out his what. And it's very sad. It's very sad. So his numbers are going down. So Biden doesn't have to do anything except let this guy, It reminds me of Sam Kinison, that joke that he said when he was telling one of the religious people, might have been Pat Robinson or something. Pat, this is God. Go out and check the air on your tires at 3 a.m. He's out there checking the air on his tires. And God's saying, hey, watch this. Hey, Pat, don't wear anything when you go out there to check the pressure of the tires. So, but unfortunately, Trump is not Christian. I don't care what you say. He lets the people adore him and think, but he's so into himself, there's no room for God. He's just a bad seed, always has been and always will be. So, and there's a particular woman in this. Now remember this, and I almost feel some sort of court or litigation. Maybe states start suing because they can't get the test. Or, a lot of these people that said we need to work, which I don't blame them. Now, I am not, of course, going out with an AK, whatever, standing in front of the government offices. The fact that the National Guard wasn't brought in, I have no idea. Because if Democrats had done that, they'd have been shot where they stood. But the fact that they're allowing that, kind of snickering, because Trump acts like, oh, no, that's not right. No, he doesn't care. And these guys with all the machine guns and stuff, unfortunately, I feel like they're going to go through, not necessarily a violent energy, but I'm feeling like, there's some people that Trump is king. Nothing you can do to change that. But vibrationally, I'm feeling a lot of people's eyes getting opened, like whack, like they get smacked across the face. So go ahead and open up those places. You guys remain safe. Hopefully there's people with masks on trying to maintain the social distancing. I do see, remember Mother's Day? I do see Mother's Day that they'll start opening, around that time. It's a Sunday. So I do see that they're going to try to allow certain people just to kind of test it. But I'm not seeing mass destruction right now. I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles standing next to the Death card with the star. So hope will be there. There still will be some more people that'll go down, but some more stuff's getting ready to happen. And and listen, there will be a cure. I'm telling you right now, or some sort of thing that they can give you. Either they're going to find the right combination for you if you have the virus, or they're going to have a vaccine. I see that before 18 months, okay? So this is going to end, okay? But a lot of money was thrown at it, but it also changes our collective consciousness. It makes us closer to people. But we also know who has our back and who doesn't. And obviously, Trump doesn't have our back. God. He really hates this, you guys. He really, really hates this. Let's just take a quick look how bad he hates this. So does Trump, because they hate telling them news like your numbers are going down. Actually, his numbers went up when this virus happened, and then it started to go down again. But it's not like in the 30s. I think he hit the 30s at one point. He hates this. He watches the stock market, too. He's like watching it, and he calls people. He's calling people. You need to throw more money at this. But his words are not getting heard. If you notice when he even talked about using disinfectant and all that, and then his press person said, oh, this was misconstrued. No, honey, we heard it right out of his mouth, okay? But if you notice that he's getting kind of desperado, he's throwing things out there like the drug that he thought was going to work that's killing people, and then he's not talking about it. There's lawsuits coming up. There's lawsuits coming up. Go ahead. I see sweat. I see sweating. Perspiration. By the way, it's going to be in the 80s out here. We're out of the rain now. Now we're getting ready for the fires. What can you tell me? What is he thinking? He tried to talk that Deborah woman to go along. She did go. They gave her a hard, just like Dr. Fauci. They gave both of them. And she did give up her soul for this. Ooh. Yeah, it's not good. It's so funny. His only interest is money. And people are reversing their feelings about him. The love that he was getting is changing. Judgment is upon him, you guys. Okay, so let me go to this question that I had. Somebody wrote on Twitter that that Nancy Pelosi is talking about articles of impeachment now. Let's check that out. Wait, I don't know if it's true. It didn't ring true as soon as I heard it. Is Nancy Pelosi it's almost like they can use his own words, and all kinds of people have died, and yes, it was something that nobody knew was going to happen, but the fact that he flagrantly lied to the American public and didn't listen to the professionals. I don't know, derelict of duty kind of energy. There's more stuff coming up. Holy cow. Okay, thank you. Nancy, are you going to bring him up again? So what they're saying, it's interesting that when he did that, you know, it's the sun and it's disinfectants. Usually his backup team will be, you know, like McConnell, will be saying stuff. Yeah, I believe the president. I mean, they're sitting there just grasping. Like I see their fists grasp, like, wait for the hit, wait for it, because he's just coming off like such an idiot. Okay. Pelosi, are you going to bring him up again for articles of impeachment? She's considering it. He's very tiring to fight because he's such a lowlife and he lost so much. They're sitting down considering it. They don't know if they should waste their time. I think he's got enough rope. The world is looking at us and shaking their head. There's money issues coming up about him. So it's not about the virus. It's more about the money, which is a shame. But it's about money. It's about money. So the governor in New York told Mitch McConnell, hey, you think we should claim bankruptcy? Well, it's against the Constitution. But if you want to bring in a law that says states have the right to file for bankruptcy and have the president sign it, you do that. Because they said, you think the economy is crashing now. Wait till you states start filing bankruptcy. He said, I dare you. Remember that commercial with the guy with the battery on here? I dare you. Knock it off. I dare you. This man's going down, you guys. Don't write me and say some other psychic said he's going to win. Please don't write me. I just know for a fact that he's going. Okay, he may leave before the actual voting, but he leaves in shame. That I can guarantee you. Like he's got his head down. It's like people are just like, get the F out of here. It's when the Republicans turn on him. And then I see them jumping ship. People are trying to save themselves. So Nancy is considering it. They're talking about it, but they're almost feeling like he's creating such chaos on his own, he may go down. Like opening all these places. You just have to have families. There's some families that are willing to sacrifice themselves. But you just have to have people struggling, and it could take him down. Okay, so somebody wanted me to ask about Dr. Bright, the man that Trump removed from the BARDA. He's the one that squealed and said, you know, I called out the truth and this man has punished me, which he does. Trump loves to punish. Dr. Bright, you're going to be okay. They just told me to tell you that. Dr. Bright's going to be okay. A lot of these people that were out, like even with the impeachment and how he retaliated, they're all coming back in. Reality winner will be removed from jail. Oh, and apparently, Michael Cohen, they said you have to work half your sentence before they will release you. So now they're wondering if he's going to be released, which I'm sure Barr is desperately trying to figure out how not to release him. I don't see Michael Cohen getting sick. But I predicted that he would not serve his whole 3-year terms. So he's getting out. If it's out because Trump's gone, there you go. Oh yeah, this guy's real upset. Trump tried to ruin his reputation. They're even Russia's in on it. Ooh. They're trying to destroy him. Okay, so Dr. Bright, what you need is stand down. Stand down. I know you're trying desperately to put the truth out there, but stand down. Your time of waiting will be over. It's soon the truth will be revealed. A lot of stuff's coming out about Russia too, by the way. Speaking of Russia, so they're saying the judge that reviewed the Mueller report, the unredacted, is going to make his decision June 18th. And I feel he's being harassed. I feel he's being harassed by the Barr people. And also, Barr is planning on suing states that are demanding shutdown. Let's look at that, too. Okay? Okay, so, okay. Okay. Who's that sound like? Okay. Let's look at the judge on the 18th. He's going to make his decision. Are you going to allow the unredacted Mueller report? Are you going to claim that Barr? Yes. Just heard yes as clear as day. Yes. It wasn't done right. Here he is. Handing the report over. All kinds of information. He's just going to hand it off and allow everything to happen how it's supposed to happen. People are like, people will be leaving the office. Maybe this is a mass exodus before Trump leaves. There could be so much coming up that they just say, we can't deal with. Maybe that's what Pelosi's waiting on. Maybe she's saying no, because I also feel money's involved, and I think money issues will come out in this Mueller report. Oh, I love it. So I don't know when. You guys text me when we're supposed to find out about the tax stuff, okay? So listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. I got a hit by a gentleman who was a famous, and I'm so sorry, I think he died in the 1940s. He was like a television or movie motion picture actor. He was a tall black man. He's buried at some cemetery, and they were sort of talking about him. It was a cemetery thing, like famous people who've died, and they flashed on him. And listen, when I watched that movie, I need to start taking notes because I was getting hits galore. But this man, Semi, was standing there talking to me, and he told me, Trump. That fear that Trump causes has happened so many times before. State, in fact, McCarthyism. This man refused to testify against people in Hollywood, like they were going to be commies or something. So funny, because now we got the commie in chief running the office. But he said, and he got blackballed. He got told, he wouldn't get parts, so it ruined his life. But he said to me, you think, McCarthy was and he did that deliberately. He deliberately caused furor and anger and paranoid and made everybody, sell their soul just to stay on the good side. He did it deliberately. And he was as ugly and nasty as Trump until finally they just stopped listening to him. Yay! That's what I'm getting with Trump, you guys. Finally, they'll just stop listening to him. So speaking of selling your soul, tell me about Deborah, that scientist who sat there and you could tell she wanted to just liquidate. She didn't want to be there while he kept looking at her, Yeah, so I guess UV lights, we can introduce UV lights, disinfected. If you introduce in the lungs the disinfected is supposed to work. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. Exactly. And he has to be careful because people will do things because he said so. People have died taking that drug because he said so. Okay, so Deborah, I can see her as clear as day. She sold her soul. So she's going through the motions. It's almost like she can't feel herself. Like she doesn't quite. I see her talking to someone breaking down in tears. I see her talking to someone breaking down in tears. What have I done? Where am I going? Being with the president was kind of a turn on, like it gave her more power. But now she feels, and especially in the medical community, she's a laughing stock. People are even talking about bringing her license up. I see her crying. I see her crying. But she doesn't have the gonads to stand up to him. Justice will be served. She's, that's so sad, you guys. That's very sad. She's going to lose money. She's going to lose status. She's going to lose a lot. And she's trying to defend herself. She can be a little stubborn. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good, you guys. Okay, so justice will be served. So she might get hit with something on this because she didn't speak up. Okay, just FYI. Mark that down. I see her in trouble. Where the other doctor feels like he's going to be fame and fortune. Okay, so now there was one last question I wanted to ask. We did Nancy Pelosi. We did the testing. We did Trump remove that gentleman, by Dr. Bright. Oh, we want to do Barr, who claims he's going to try to sue states. You know what I was feeling when they first announced that? I almost felt like judges reprimanding him. Like, who the hell do you think you are? They have the medical facts. They have doctors and scientists here. What, you come in with a little attitude like, the Constitution says you can't? No. They're trying to protect lives, okay? Sometimes there needs to be a shutdown to protect lives. What an idiot. Oh, my God. Is this the thing that brings him down? Because he looks so foolish. No, the Mueller report will bring him down. Sorry. As I'm talking to you, they're talking to me. I'm like, ugh. And Roosevelt, who can walk now, by the way, he's like, the guy's an idiot. The guy's an idiot. Shame will come upon him. Soon he will have no power. Like, you have no power here. Be gone, Satan. It's like he's sneaky and ugly, and he's unrecognizable. And I even feel some of his family are worried about him. But you know, like that guy that said, you know, he was on Facebook, you know, the coronavirus, a bunch of hogwash, and then he died. And then the family said, please, they were going to do his because he had so many fans, do his funeral, and they decided not to, and they said, please protect yourself. You know, because it was shocking to everybody. He was over there, it's a hoax. Like that man who told his daughter, it's a hoax, I'm taking this cruise. She said, Dad? He said, no, I listen to Fox News, it's a hoax, and he's dead now. Tell me about Barr suing other states for not opening up. He starts off with stuff, and then, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go. He make a fool out of himself. Somebody's going to knock his ass down to where it's hard for him to get back up. It could even be the Mueller thing. He may try this. And that Durham thing that he did with that man Durham, that's supposed to be checking in on the Russia. Well, now that by Patreon, you know, the senators in the Senate committee, Republican and Democrats, have said, yes, Russia did, in fact, mess with our voting. Now that that's happened, I even feel like Durham. Remember I told you before, I feel like he's that's why it's taken so long. He's desperately searching, but he's not finding anything. Just like they did with Hillary. They did search and search and search, and guess what? Nothing. Okay. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to head out. I've got readings all day today. I might come back on Sunday. Oh, I'm going to be reading with Sterling on Sunday. So we'll do our little video, just a FYI. And Chris Hernandez, the one at Angel Heart, oh my God, you guys were like calling. It's like Carol goes, oh my God, all I've been doing, it's good, because the store's not open. She's just sitting there taking calls. And Chris was just so happy. She thanks everybody. And I want to tell you that Carol wants me to tell you, Carol Mayer, the owner of Angel Heart for You, wants me to tell you what she told me was, Linda, you have the nicest, kindest clientele, and you know, I don't like calling you guys fans. You know, my backup team is what I call you guys. My backup team. My peoples. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she said, Linda, they are just the kindest, nicest people. It's such a pleasure dealing with them. They're just so sweet. That's what she said. Of course, I already know that, but, you know, I just want you to know she recognizes you guys too. And I did, when my last month of going through Wix will be in August. I went ahead and opened August. Any of you that booked past that, don't worry, I'm going to find you. And we might even reschedule you because somebody booked in 2022 or something. And then that's why I'm not doing Wix anymore. It's too hard to deal. But then it'll go through Angel Heart for you. And Angel Heart, I've given her some dates too. Okay? So I love you all, and I'll talk to you all later. Ciao. Stay safe.